So when it comes to NZXT, let's just say I have mixed feelings towards a company, as long-time viewers of this channel may know. But today they released something that made me even more wary of them, and that is the brand new NZXT branded motherboard, the NZXT N7 B550, the very first AMD motherboard. They have released the Z490 motherboard a while back, and people have been wanting an AMD one, so here it is. And at first, I thought it was just a very minimalist looking, tad overpriced motherboard, but as it turns out, this rabbit hole goes a lot deeper. Now, when you think of motherboards, you don't usually think of NZXT, and this isn't, more logically speaking, a NZXT motherboard. Rather, it is made by ASRock, and it's just been rebranded to be a, well, NZXT motherboard. And it looks like NZXT is charging a pretty nice premium for simply slapping on the name on this motherboard, seeing how it costs $229, which when it comes to B550 motherboards is really up there. So it must have some really good features to justify that price, right? Well, no, because when you look past its admittedly kind of nice minimalist look, there isn't too much about it that's, well, super special. Power delivery wise, it features 12 plus 2 power phases, which is pretty average when it comes to B550 motherboards, and it's a standard that you find even on more budget B550 models. It has 2.5 gig networking, which again, standard for B550. It has a USB Type-C on the back, which is also nice to see, but also nothing special for B550. But one thing that it does have that is pretty neat is built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity with Wi-Fi 6E. That's pretty neat. You don't always see that on B550. So that's at least something, even if, well, let's be honest, most people won't be using Wi-Fi if they're gonna build a machine with this kind of motherboard in it. But let's be honest, most people won't be buying this motherboard for the features, they'll be buying them for the looks. But even looks-wise, there's a few things that may, let's just say, annoy a few people. Firstly, there's no built-in RGB whatsoever, which I know that for some people will be a huge deal breaker. I couldn't care less, but there's definitely people out there who love the RGB so much that they won't buy a motherboard without it. And those are the same people that the rest of us in the PC community tend to distance ourselves away from, like their lepers or crypto miners. Now, thankfully, there are RGB headers on your motherboard, so if you want more rainbows inside your PC, then you can just plug in some RGB strips or whatever else. But they are pretty limited as well, with just a single 4-pin RGB connector, a single 3-pin addressable RGB connector, and 2 of NZXT's own RGB connectors. So it's clear that the plan here is to make sure that you spend your money on their RGB accessories with this, which is okay, we all have to make money somehow, you know. But essentially, all you're getting here is an ASRock motherboard with a fancy plastic shroud on it and a decent premium for it. And for $229, well, let's just say that there's so many more better value B550 motherboards than that. And at that kind of price, you can even consider saving up a tad more to get yourself an X570 board. But let's be honest, many people will not care and will buy this motherboard anyway for its very distinctive looks. This kind of very minimalist style is very popular in the PC space right now, so for those people, they couldn't care less for the price, they'll be buying it anyway. You know that, I know that, we all know that. It's a universal truth at this point. And even if I don't personally like the look of the motherboard, I kind of prefer motherboards without plastic shrouds, so you can kind of see all the components underneath. And even though I disagree with a lot of other things about this motherboard, but if there's one thing that this motherboard shows is that NZXT really know their target audience for this thing. The motherboard comes in both white or black to match the very popular NZXT line of cases, which yes, are extremely popular, which you see pop up more and more often, and they are pretty much the most normie thing in the PC community right now. So they know they have a massive community of people with their cases that are looking for a motherboard that will fit just right for that pure sleek aesthetic. Not only that, but the choice of going with B550 also seems to be rooted in the fact that, well, even just one look at a Discord will show you that people that they kind of mainly interact with are not huge fans of X570. Just take one look at a Discord server and you see so many people bashing X570 to the ground, and they very often also tell people who are planning to buy X570 to reevaluate the life choices and buy B550 instead, or even B450 before B550 was even a thing. So you can probably imagine what kind of reaction it would have caused in the community if they decide to go with an X70 ASRock motherboard instead to base the design off of. And that's just further shown by the fact that when they made the Intel motherboard, they did go with the most high-end chipset, Z490. But here, apparently, X70 was just not an option. So it makes sense why they went with B550, even if they lost out on the hypothetical advantage of B550 motherboards being cheaper, because yes, this motherboard isn't cheap at all. So it's a motherboard I can't imagine I ever recommend to anyone, but they have a very, very specific target audience and they're sticking to it, which is understandable, and just the price alone makes sure that's the case. But still, for the very niche audience it's for, they'll probably like it. So at the end of the day, for all those people who hate X570 and love the sleek cases, get a motherboard they want, well, that's all that matters. But if you want to join a Discord server that doesn't bash good chipsets like X570, then maybe check out my Discord server down in the video description below. Join me and others there to talk about this or whatever else really. Check it out, it's an awesome Discord server, link to it's coming down in the video description below. Go check it out right now. If you enjoyed this video, maybe check out my channel's Patreon, because even $1 a month goes a long way in having my channel, and it allows to make way better videos and also videos on way more interesting topics. So check it out, it's going to be down in the video description below as well. And I'd also love to thank my patrons Gavin Burns, Ryan, LKB, Naomi Sushi, Tiffany Jacobs, and Wolfie. Thank you guys so much, your support truly goes a long way. Down in the video description below, you also find Amazon Associates links. I'll have a link to some B550 motherboards I would actually recommend you guys buy, plus also our old customers affiliate link if you want a nice, sleek and compact customizable keyboard. Plus our socials like Twitter and Instagram are down there as well. And that's what it is, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye everyone, goodbye.